The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly. You come with news of the Dramanians? Aye. The dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago. The battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Aymeric himself sallied forth with a contingent of Temple Knights and several companies of Noble House's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if it may be called, came at a cost to many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, milady. Is it reinforcements you seek, then? I would volunteer Meteor, but not go myself. We do, though it pricks our pride. It is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Aymeric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart with Querthos at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves, which I'm in charge of, by the way, is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Uldar must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the Grand Companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Oh my gosh. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received, but the fates of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. Oh, I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of our grand companies. In the event that your plea does receive favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. Oh, that is only to be expected. Rest assured that I will speak with Sir Aymeric on authority on this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request. A personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light, and somebody who seems like you could single-handedly rebuild part of our fair city. The Lord's Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard-Solmar and survived, and I hear you are quite angry with him. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. Though I know not how I know you are angry with him, because you have kept that a secret, you wear the mantle of hero well. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Meteor. It'll be slow, I'm quite fast. He's ridiculous. Why are you alive? Did we not kill you?
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
thought you were the heart of a primal. Can somebody come back from that? That seems like something people in the future would want to know.
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
How is she that powerful? She seems outrageously powerful for the fact that she didn't seem in control last time we interacted with her. I thought she was a heart of the primal. And so knowing what it costs others to become Trial 1 and Trial 2 of Endwalker, I don't think I understand how she's alive. I just kind of assumed that was kind of the end of your journey. I mean, a glorious end. And, like, Louis Soir teaches us a little more about it, but he gives the gift back. So, or attempts to, which is also a weird thing. I think the word primal is really vague. I mean, we end up kind of calling Thorn March a bit of a primal fight, and like it's not a primal. In that it is not formed of pure single crystal etheric density and emotion. So, like, Endwalker explained what primals were, and I was like, yeah, that all makes sense, I got it. And ARR's like, oh, you think you got it? Well, why don't you get you a Lulu mug and we'll have a chat? So they have been sending me for a loop. I assume you've been standing here complaining about the cold? Oh, look at that. It seems I was the swifter meteor. You two, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make their appearance. The murmurings about the camp tell some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. I might just stand out here and make you go for me. I oftentimes don't accompany you. Is he going to come inside with me? Last time he said we were going to go inside, he complained about how cold it was and then didn't come inside with me. Likely because 2.x didn't have the Endwalker ability for him to follow me, but still. Guys, if you enjoy any of the plugs of one of the best mugs I have to hold coffee, just know that I paid full price for this mug to support Lulu, and in return for letting me pay them full price for this mug, I have been shamelessly plugging the crap out of it. And if you like any of those plugs, if any of them feel like that makes me think about buying one, you feel free to clip that and send that over to Lulu. You just clip away. Because I would love to be the official, unofficial spokesperson of Lulu. In trade for me paying them for their merch, I would like the privilege of then shouting out their merch. Plug the coffee too. I ran out of iced coffee today, and I ended up actually making like my own coffee. I'm out now. That's all. That's bottom of the grind. But I even sometimes have cold brew in it. Does Co Carnage really have coffee? Only if it's Lulu coffee? Do they sell coffee? The high-pitch ARR voice actor sounds like he's such a snob. Yeah. And I have then leaned into it further. And he has been nothing but needy. Do you realize most questers are like, I'll meet you there. And then because of 2.0 game dev tech, we get there and they're like, oh, we just got here together. Alphino, on the other hand, is like, oh, It seems I was faster than you. Oh, oh. Come on. Come on.
We need not fret overmuch. There are yet several layers of arcane protection and shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine.
Did you say mother? Did you say mother?
Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down, one by one.
You know, you have a very deep voice, and I just realized you... Okay. You might be female. That is well below a typical female's voice range. Take your hat off. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones.
The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. It's our first line of defense. If it can be so easily shattered.
Alright. Did you do any of the talking, or did I have to talk to everybody? Oh. Well, now that we went around and talked to everybody, it would seem the heretics struck at first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. Oh, my apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates. We equally talked to all the guards, and we deserve equal credit, and I thought it prudent to investigate the cause, which is why I'm here helping investigate. Wow, Alphino. Then you specifically learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Aymeric awaits you. He always takes credit for crap he makes me do. Lady Iceheart has grown bold if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid, and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Haurchefant will know where Sir Aymeric means to receive us. What a dick. What's crazy is I met Alice yesterday, and I really like her. I love Alice. And so it is just like, you guys are the same genetic material, raised by the same people, with many of the same life experiences, and you are delightful. I mean, there's moments where she's entitled. There's a moment where you guys think that it's a lack of quality assurance during the ARR quest writing team, but there is a moment where she calls one of her assistants by the wrong name, and then refers to that assistant's brother by his name, and the assistant just is like, yes, Miss Alice, anything you say, Miss Alice. I mean, she's a bit of a blue blood. Oh yeah, sorry about that. And he doesn't correct her. He's just like, oh, of course, of course. Come on. Come on. Oh, I beat you here once again. Pray ask Lord Haurchefant to direct us to the meeting place when you are ready. Slowpoke.
'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Through a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss. Your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory.
Where the hell did Alphino go? Did he just walk off? Did he just leave? We couldn't walk back here together. No. He doesn't have time to wait for that.
Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside?
Yes. Oh, look who's here. Oh, nice of you to join us. Ishgard's future hangs in the balance. If the city's salvation rests on our assistance, I cannot well withhold it. Even so, I mean to make Sir Aymeric sweat for his reinforcements. On this occasion, feigned disinterest may serve the cause of Eorzean unity better than naked philanthropy, and thankfully I am quite good at feigned disinterest. Come, let us find out what concessions the Holy See is willing to make. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologies for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, but we are but recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian.
What a legend.
May I present you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the order of floor tanks, is it? Oh, excuse me, dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all of the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian.
You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. Ah, it is you. But of course, it is only fitting that fate should draw the two of us together.
Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. 'Twould seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg? One of the 7 great worms? His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Coerthos since Ishgard's founding. Aye, Many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him.
My vengeful son waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal minds could comprehend the depths of his rancor.
The Eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Though the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time, and that it is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength, for us to bolster our defenses, and now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the Eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem. You have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander. Yet, I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have your bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. In this much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and would most likely return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Querthos would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Guardians' arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Querthos. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. Oh, 7 hells. Well, very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. We all will. I will do my part. The roar of Great Worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of that roar, allow me, Sir Aymeric. Though the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. Through this power, his essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you. And the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then, the worm who roared was Nidhogg. Aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danafin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt. The worm has summoned his minions to war.